Hello friends, it's Kyle from Wyze. In football, the quarterback is super important, but you know who's also super important? The left tackle. The left tackle protects the quarterback's blind side. Well, that's why we created a security camera that does basically the same exact thing. It's got two cameras, two views, and one camera that can pan and tilt to protect all the blind sides around your house. Today we're gonna be looking at the all-new Wyze Duo Cam Pan. Today we're gonna unbox the Wyze Duo Cam Pan and show you how it works. Let's open this thing. First thing coming out of the box is another box. And opening this box, there he was hiding from me. Next, you will also find a quick little guide to help you when mounting. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Wyze Duo Cam Pan. Two cameras in one, come on. And inside of this box, you're going to get your USB Type-C power cable, your power adapter, and finally, your mount and mounting hardware. Okay, now let's review some of the awesome features of the all-new Wyze Duo Cam Pan. First of all, it's got two cameras. One camera is steady, and the top camera here is a pan and tilt camera. So just like you're familiar with Wyze Cam Pan V3, well, we kind of put that same stuff right on top of another camera here. 360 degrees of pan and 180 degrees of tilt. Now, both of these cameras have 2K video resolution with WDR. So not only will the quality be crystal clear, but it also has that wide dynamic range that helps balance the light spots and the dark spots in one picture to make it more even. And of course, both of these cameras have that color night vision, which allows you to see details in color even in the low light environments at night. Now, as you can see, each of these cameras have a built-in, motion activated, independently controlled spotlight. And you couple that with the siren and boy, you've got extra safety, especially at night. And because this is a pan and tilt camera, there are some features that you might recognize that carry over from our previous pan and tilt cameras. It has that pan scan. That is where you can set up to 4 custom waypoints and the camera will automatically rotate between those points of interest, covering each area that is of interest to you automatically. And let's not forget that this camera is IP65 weather resistant. That means that you can place this camera indoors and outdoors without any worry. It's got two-way audio so you can communicate to people and pets through the Wyze app, and it has local storage so you can insert a micro SD card into the bottom of this camera and record 24/7, no subscription required. It also has some fancy schmancy features like easy Bluetooth setup, no more scanning QR codes in order to connect it to the Wyze app. It also has Wi-Fi 6 support. Now you do need a Wi-Fi 6 router for that, but it will work just fine without it as well. All right, so those are the main features of the Wyze Duo Cam Pan. Now we're actually gonna set it up in the Wyze app, and I'm gonna show you how fast and easy it is. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is to plug this into power. Simply connect the Type-C end of your power cable and plug it into the other end of the Duo Cam Pan. Once the camera is powered up, it will tell you that it is ready to connect. Sam's what I tell you. And you're gonna wanna make sure that you have the Wyze app downloaded if you haven't already. So from the home screen of the Wyze app, we're gonna tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. We're gonna add device, cameras, then select pan and tilt cameras and find Wyze Duo Cam Pan. Then we're gonna tap next, and we heard it say, ready to connect. So we're gonna check that box and then hit begin setup. And now it's gonna use Bluetooth to automatically find the device that it wants to pair. Again, no scanning QR codes. Then you're gonna select the Wi-Fi network. Connecting to network. And it will just take a few brief moments to connect to your Wi-Fi network. Wi-Fi connected, setup complete. Wow, that was fast, Kyle. Put it in the chat, thanks. Next, we're gonna give our camera a name, and we're gonna say that this one is the front porch cam. And you're all set. Now you're ready to use your Wyze Duo Cam Pan. Now you're gonna see the live stream page for your camera that you just set up, and you're gonna see that there is 2 views on one page. You have the top camera and the bottom camera. Now, I would tell you that this camera is particularly effective when mounted on the corner of your house. Allow me to demonstrate. Number 1, you have this camera stationary, looking dead on at your driveway. Then you have this camera which can move and can pan and tilt and can follow action in case it goes around the side of your house, effectively keeping an eye on 2 areas at once. How wise is that? Okay, now back to the Wyze app. Now, in the Wyze app, you can view both of these cameras at once from the camera's live view. And if you tap on the live view, you will have some familiar controls. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see the auto button. This is where you can change the camera's resolution if you tap on that a few times. Now, in the bottom left-hand corner, you're gonna see the icon that helps you control the spotlights. And when you tap on that, you will see two more buttons pop up, one for the top camera spotlight and one for the bottom camera spotlight. Now, you can control these independently, and you turn them off in the same reverse fashion by tapping on those spotlight icons. In the middle bottom of the live view, you will see the microphone and the speaker. This allows you to talk through the camera and also hear the audio on the other side of the camera. Now for the icons just underneath the live view. These are very similar to other Wyze cams. You're gonna be able to see your list of events. You're gonna be able to see and control the footage that is captured by a micro SD card if you have one inserted into your camera. Now you're gonna see the waypoints button. This is where you would set and control the custom waypoints for your camera. Now, if I click on this, you will see it'll walk you through exactly how to do it. You're gonna see a little window with a plus sign to set a custom waypoint. You're gonna hit add, and then you're gonna move the camera to the area of the room that you want to keep an eye on, and then you're going to hit add at the bottom right. Now with that, you've set a custom waypoint. So after you've set multiple waypoints, you can come back to the screen and you can just tap on those areas that you have set, and the camera will automatically shift to that area of interest. Now, these waypoints will also come in handy when you use the pan scan feature, which we're gonna cover in just a moment. Now, if you scroll this icon bar to the left, it will reveal even more things that you can do with your Wyze Duo Cam Pan. You can take a photo or record a custom video. You can activate the siren. And next to the siren button is the auto motion tracking button. Now, this is perhaps one of the most important features that you can enable for a pan and tilt camera. So the auto motion feature, when enabled, the camera will follow the action wherever it goes. Now, after the track motion button, you're gonna find pan scan. Now, pan scan uses those custom waypoints that you set earlier and automatically rotates through those. So if you have that enabled, it will automatically go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 in a rotation automatically, so you can cover each area of interest. And finally, you can check your album. This is where you have taken those custom photos or images. Next is the time-lapse button. This is where you can set up and schedule to record a time-lapse with your camera. And finally, you're gonna see turn off. Now, this is where you can enable that physical privacy mode for the top camera. When you hit turn off, the camera will eliminate its view and will completely turn off the video and the audio for the camera. And when I turn it back on again, it will restore the camera's view to its last position. And of course, underneath these buttons is the big control wheel. With these arrows, you can pan the camera left to right or up and down. You can move this camera exactly where you want it to go. And again, it's got 360 degrees of pan coverage and 180 degrees of tilt coverage. Now let's check out some of the custom settings in the app by clicking the gear in the upper right-hand corner of the live view. Now, a lot of the settings for this camera are the same for Wyze cams that we've covered in the past, with one big exception. For example, when I click on detection settings, you're gonna see an option to control the detection settings for the pan cam, but then also independently for the fixed cam. So if you wanna change one for each of these, make sure that you're rotating back and forth. So for example, we're gonna set a detection zone for the pan cam, and I'm gonna say I only want it to cover this area, and then I'll hit save. And now I need to set a custom detection zone for the fixed cam and turn that one on and set a custom detection zone for that one as well. Now you can do the same thing. You can turn off the motion tagging for each camera. You can adjust the camera sensitivity for each camera, and you can turn on or off the motion warning that says, "Hi, you are currently being recorded," for each camera. The event recording section is where you specify which events you want to record, and if you have Cam Plus or Cam Unlimited, you'll be able to add certain other smart detection features like person, pet, package, and so forth. And this is where you can customize your recordings. Next is where you would manage your micro SD card. Following that, this is where you can customize the type of notifications you want to receive for your camera. And when you tap on manage, you'll see options for person, pet, vehicle, and package, and some other smart sound options that you want to trigger a notification for, like baby crying, barking, meowing. Next, you're gonna see the pan cam controls. Now, this is where you can customize how fast you want your camera to rotate, pan, or tilt. This is also where you can customize the pan scan schedule. Now, this is where you can customize the time that it cycles through each waypoint. Next is alarm settings, and this is a feature that I love to remind people about. Your Wyze Cam can actually listen for and detect the noise that your smoke alarm and carbon monoxide alarms make, alerting you that there is a potential issue happening at your house. Next are the spotlight settings. You can control the brightness level, either low or high, and you can set the spotlight control, whether you want them to be automatically turned on anytime motion is detected, or if you want to be able to turn them on manually. You can also customize the time in which the light turns on after it is triggered. And remember, you can customize these settings and have them be different for both the pan cam and the fixed cam. You just have to toggle between the two. And next is the advanced settings. This is where you can set the night vision mode. I recommend keeping it on auto so that it automatically flips between the color night vision, or if it gets really low light, it will automatically switch to that black and white night vision. You can set and turn on the status lights, and you can also rotate the image 180 degrees. You would want to do this if you have your camera, say, installed upside down. And you can customize some other features like the timestamp and whether or not you want the camera to record sound. The next section is where you can create Wyze automations or rules to work with other Wyze devices in your house. You can share this device with other members of your household. There's also a mounting guide, a step-by-step mounting guide that walks you through how to mount the camera in case you need a reminder on how to do that. And there's a link to contact Wyze support. And that's it. That's basically all you need to know about your Wyze Duo Cam Pan. I love this camera because now I can cover 2 spaces with a single device, and I can brag to all my friends that I finally got eyes in the back of my head. We'll see you next time. Set hut!